Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into one of the oldest, most epic stories ever told, the Ramayana. And trust me, this is way more than just an ancient tale. It's a journey that really gets into what it means to be a hero, what sacrifice truly looks like, and the incredible weight of duty.
So have you ever wondered, what is the ideal life? What does it actually look like to live perfectly? Well, that's the central question the Ramayana tries to answer. And it does this through its hero, Rama. Now, Rama isn't just any prince. He's believed to be an avatar of the god Vishnu, sent down to Earth to basically give us a masterclass in how to live a life of perfect principle.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in the magnificent kingdom of Ayodhya. It's this thriving place, ruled by the very noble King Dasharath. But there's a problem. He has 3 wives, but for years and years, no children, no heir to the throne.
So, after performing a major sacred ritual, the king's prayers are finally answered. And I mean really answered. He's blessed with not 1, but 4 sons. You've got Rama, the eldest and the most virtuous of them all. Then there's Bharata and the 2 brothers Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Now, Lakshmana is super devoted to Rama. They're inseparable. And right from the get-go, these 4 princes are just perfect. They master the scriptures, they're incredible warriors, they are the very definition of what it means to be a prince.
So as Rama grows into a young man, it's time for his first real test. You know, a hero's got to prove himself, right? A great sage comes to him and says, "Hey, I need your help. There are these demons disrupting our sacred rituals." So Rama, along with his ever-loyal brother Lakshmana, steps up. And they don't just fight the demons, they defeat them easily. This shows everyone just how skilled he is, and for his efforts, he's gifted some seriously powerful divine weapons. Pretty cool reward.
Okay, so while all that's happening, let's hop over to the neighboring kingdom of Mithila. This is where we meet the divine princess Sita. And when I say divine, I mean it. Legend says she was literally born from the earth. She's now of marrying age, and her father, King Janaka, needs to find her a husband who is truly worthy. So he sets up this ancient ceremony called a swayamvar to find the perfect match.
Now this isn't your average win the princess's hand kind of contest. Oh no, the challenge is absolutely insane. To win Sita's hand, a suitor has to lift and string the colossal divine bow of the god Shiva. We're talking about a weapon of the gods here. So kings and princes from all over come to try their luck, and every single one of them fails. They can't even get it to move an inch. It seems impossible. And then Rama steps up to the plate.
And what happens next is just mind-blowing. Rama doesn't just lift the bow. He doesn't just string it. He pulls the string so tight that the entire divine bow shatters in 2. The sound is like thunder. This incredible display of power makes it crystal clear to everyone. This guy is no mere mortal. And just like that, he wins Sita's hand, and they're joined in this huge celebrated wedding. So everything's perfect, right? Rama and Sita are happily married, they're back in Ayodhya, and the kingdom is getting ready to crown Rama as the new king. Life is good. But you know how these stories go. Just when everything seems perfect, something has to go wrong. A dark plot brewing within the palace is about to shatter all this peace and send our hero down a completely different, much darker path.
It all starts with Queen Kaikeyi, King Dasharath's second wife. She gets manipulated by her jealous handmaiden, who plants these poisonous ideas in her head. So Kaikeyi decides it's time to cash in on 2 promises, or boons, the king made to her years ago, and her demands are just devastating. First, she wants her own son, Bharata, to be king instead of Rama, and second, she demands that Rama be exiled from the kingdom and sent to live in the forest for 14 long years.
This moment right here, this is what defines Rama. It's all about this concept of dharma, which is basically sacred duty, doing the right thing no matter what. Instead of fighting it, Rama accepts his fate without a single word of protest. Why? To honor his father's promise. It's an incredible act of self-sacrifice. And of course, his loyal wife Sita and his brother Lakshmana absolutely refuse to let him go alone. So, the 3 of them leave everything behind and head into the forest.
But life in the forest isn't exactly peaceful. They catch the eye of the big bad of our story, Ravana, the 10-headed demon king of Lanka, and he wants Sita. So he comes up with this really cunning, deceitful plan. First, he gets one of his demons to turn into a beautiful golden deer. Sita sees it, is captivated, and asks Rama to get it for her. So Rama goes chasing after it. Then, the demon mimics Rama's voice, crying for help, which tricks Lakshmana into leaving Sita's side to go help him. And just like that, Sita is all alone, which is exactly when Ravana swoops in, grabs her, and carries her off to his kingdom on the island of Lanka.
So when Rama and Lakshmana get back to their hut and find it empty, they're just absolutely devastated, heartbroken, and so begins their desperate search for Sita. This quest will lead them to form a really powerful and kind of unexpected alliance that is going to completely change the game.
While they're searching, they meet two key figures. First, there's Hanuman, the mighty monkey god, who is incredibly powerful and devoted. And then there's Sugriva, the exiled king of the Vanaras, a race of intelligent, forest-dwelling beings. They make a deal, a pact. Rama agrees to help Sugriva win back his kingdom from his usurper brother. In return, Sugriva promises to use his entire army to help find Sita. A divine alliance is born.
So, the search party, with Hanuman at the lead, makes it all the way to the southern coast of India, but then they hit a massive obstacle, the ocean. How are they going to get across? Everyone starts to lose hope. But then, a wise elder named Jambavan steps in. He gives Hanuman this incredible pep talk, reminding him of the godlike powers that he himself had forgotten he possessed. It's this moment of self-realization that gives Hanuman the power he needs for what comes next.
And what comes next is amazing. Hanuman's journey across the ocean is way more than just a big jump. It's like a mini epic all on its own. It becomes a series of divine tests. He has to turn down temptations to rest, he has to outsmart powerful sea creatures, and he has to fight off demons. Each obstacle he overcomes proves just how devoted and worthy he is for this mission. He finally makes it to Lanka and finds Sita, being held captive in a beautiful garden called the Ashok Vatika. He gives her Rama's ring, a small symbol to let her know that help is on the way. But Hanuman's not done yet. He's not just a messenger, he's a warrior. He lets himself get captured on purpose so he can get an audience with Ravana. And then, as a parting gift, he uses his powers to set his own tail on fire and just torches the golden city of Lanka. Talk about sending a message.
Okay, so Hanuman gets back and delivers the news. We know where Sita is. That's the good news. The bad news? The next huge challenge is staring them right in the face. How in the world are they going to get an entire army across a massive ocean to attack the heavily fortified island of Lanka?
The solution is just incredible, and it's all about the power of faith and devotion. Rama first prays to the god of the sea for help, and he gets an answer. He's told that two of his warriors have a special power. They can make stones float. So the entire army gets to work. They write Rama's name on every single stone and boulder, and as they place them in the water, they float. They literally build a bridge out of floating rocks all the way to Lanka. It's a miracle.
And the war that follows is just epic, absolutely cataclysmic. There's so many incredible moments. At one point, Lakshmana is almost killed, so Hanuman flies all the way to the Himalayas, can't find the specific magic herb he needs, so he just lifts the entire mountain and brings it back to save him. The war is so clearly a battle of good versus evil that even Ravana's own brother, Vibhishana, can't stand it anymore. He abandons his evil brother and joins Rama's side. It all comes down to this: the final one-on-one showdown between Rama and the 10-headed Ravana. It's an insane battle, but Ravana has one secret weak spot. Using a special divine arrow, Rama strikes him right in his navel, his only vulnerable point. And with that single, perfect shot, the Demon King is defeated, and the long, brutal war is finally over.
So, victory! The 14 years of exile are finally over, and Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana return to Ayodhya as conquering heroes. There are massive celebrations, fireworks, you name it. It seems like the happy ending they fought so hard for. But the peace is fragile, and believe it or not, their greatest and most painful trials are actually still ahead of them.
Yeah, victory doesn't mean peace. See, the people of the kingdom start to gossip. They wonder about Sita's purity after she was held captive by Ravana. To prove them wrong, Sita goes through an agonizing trial by fire, an Agni Pariksha, and the fire god himself proves she is pure. So Rama is crowned king, and everything seems fine. But the whispers, they don't stop. And this leads to what is maybe the most heartbreaking part of the whole story. Rama, feeling that his duty to his kingdom and his reputation as a king comes first, makes a terrible choice. He exiles his own wife, Sita, who is pregnant at the time, to the forest. She ends up in an ashram, where she gives birth to their twin sons, Luv and Kush. It's not until years later that Rama, by chance, meets his own sons without even knowing who they are, which eventually leads to one last, very bittersweet family reunion.
And so the Ramayana leaves us with this really deep, really difficult question. It shows us that following the path of Dharma, the path of perfect duty, isn't easy. It's filled with absolutely impossible choices. And it makes you wonder, what is the greatest sacrifice? Is it the one you make on the battlefield in the heat of war? Or is it the one you make in the quiet moments, in the heartbreaking decisions that a king, a husband, and a hero is forced to make?